Welcome to Skill Hub Academy and thanks for signing up. Let's get started with the fundamentals of WordPress web design. WordPress is a content management system that is used to build different kinds of websites without coding. And that's exactly what we are going to be doing in this course, building different kinds of websites without writing a single line of code. All right, what do you need in order to build a WordPress website? There are basically four things you're going to need if you want to build a professional WordPress website. The first thing you would need is a domain. A domain is your web address. Every website has a web address such as facebook.com, google.com, instagram.com, jumia.com.ng. That's the web address, and that is what we refer to as a domain. So you must register a domain, and domain registrations are yearly. They are renewable yearly. When you register a domain, you renew it yearly, or you lose ownership of the domain. Another person can re-register a domain that you've previously owned if you don't renew it every year. Generally, a domain contains the name of the website with an extension such as .com, .org, .ng, .com.ng, .ai, and so on and so forth. So the extension you choose depends on the nature of the website you want to build. But the most popular domain extension is the .com extension, and that's what we will be registering in this course. We are going to be registering a .com domain. All right, the next thing you're going to need when you want to build a professional WordPress website is web hosting. So web hosting is the service that makes your website available and accessible over the internet. Without web hosting, your website is going to be offline. So if you want your website to be available and accessible on the internet at any time anyone wants to visit it, you're going to need a web hosting service. So the third thing we are going to need when building a professional website is a team. So a team is what determines the look and feel of your website. So you're basically going to need a team to give your website the look and feel that you want. So we are going to need a team as one of the requirements for building a professional WordPress website. And lastly, we are going to be needing plugins, right? So plugins give functionality to a WordPress website. That's the beauty of WordPress. There are lots of plugins available to add any sort of functionality you want to add to your WordPress website. So the good thing is most of these themes and plugins are available for free in the WordPress repository. So when you feel the need to add advanced functionalities to your website, you can go for the premium ones. So, but for now, we are going to be going with the free themes and the free plugins if you're just getting started. So these are basically the four things we need to build a professional WordPress website. So we will right away get started with the first two, which are domain and web hosting. There are 1,000 domain name registrars and web hosting companies out there. A few of them are GoDaddy, Namecheap, Bluehost, SiteGround, and so on and so forth. There are thousands and thousands of them. But there are certain criteria we need to have in mind before we begin our domain registration and purchasing web hosting. So some of these criteria we must take into consideration are that the web hosting service we have to choose must be very fast. You know, that nobody likes to visit a slow loading website. Your website needs to be served quickly to your website visitors in order to give them a very good experience. So we need to consider the speed of the web hosting company and the web hosting service you're choosing. We need to also consider the reliability of the web hosting company. You know, your website needs to be available on the internet 24/7. You wouldn't want to deal with any downtimes, especially if you're running a serious business.